Imagine walking through a frozen forest in the middle of winter. The air is silent, the ponds are frozen solid, and beneath the ice, everything seems dead. But hidden under a layer of frost lies something extraordinary, a creature that defies death itself. Meet the wood frog, the only animal in North America that can freeze completely solid and still come back to life when spring returns. Its heart stops, its blood freezes, it stops breathing entirely, and yet, when the world thaws, so does the frog, and it hops away as if nothing ever happened. This isn't a fantasy. This is one of the most astonishing survival feats in all of nature. The wood frog lives in some of the coldest forests of North America, places where temperatures can drop far below freezing. While other animals migrate or burrow deep underground, this tiny frog stays exactly where it is. When the first frost touches its skin, something almost magical begins. Its body floods with a natural antifreeze, a sugar called glucose. Within hours, its organs become filled with syrup-like blood, protecting delicate cells from the ice that's about to form. Then the cold tightens its grip. Ice crystals start to spread through the frog's body, beginning in the skin and slowly invading the muscles. Eventually, even the blood in its veins freezes. Its heart stops beating, its lungs stop working, its brain falls silent. By every medical definition, this frog is dead, and yet, it's not. So, how does it do it? How can a living thing survive being frozen solid? The secret lies in control. Most animals die when ice forms inside their bodies because the crystals puncture cells, destroying them from within. But the wood frog prevents that by using cryoprotectants, natural chemicals that protect its tissues from freezing damage. As ice begins forming outside its cells, water is drawn out, almost like a sponge being squeezed dry. The glucose and urea left behind act like insulation, keeping the cells from freezing completely. It's as if the frog's body is carefully guiding the ice, saying, "Freeze here, but not there." By the time winter is in full force, the frog is 70% frozen, solid as a popsicle. Its eyes glaze over with ice, its limbs stiffen, and even its blood becomes slush. For months, it stays like this. No heartbeat, no breath, no brain activity, just a small, silent body waiting in the snow. Then, one day, everything changes. The snow begins to melt. Temperatures rise above zero, and inside that frozen frog, something starts to stir. Tiny pockets of liquid form around the heart first. Then, a pulse. Just one beat, then another, and another. The ice melts away. Blood starts to flow, and oxygen floods back into its cells. Within an hour, the frog's body is fully thawed, and it takes its first breath of the new spring. The wood frog opens its eyes, stretches its legs, and hops off in search of water to breathe, as if it hadn't just spent months in a state of suspended death. It is, quite literally, a resurrection from ice. To scientists, the wood frog is like a living cryonics experiment. Humans can't survive more than a few minutes without oxygen, but this frog goes months without a single heartbeat. Researchers studying it discovered that during freezing, the frog's cells switch into survival mode, shutting down all non-essential functions and focusing only on preservation. The glucose that fills its body prevents cell shrinkage and stops dangerous ice crystals from forming inside organs. When thawing begins, oxygen returns slowly, giving its tissues time to recover before full activity resumes. It's the perfect balance between death and life, a natural form of biostasis, where every process pauses, but never breaks. The wood frog isn't the only creature with freeze resistance, but it's by far the most extreme. Some insects, fish, and even turtles use anti-freeze proteins to survive the cold, but none can freeze solid for months and revive like this frog. It's such a rare adaptation that scientists still don't fully understand how the frog avoids long-term damage. In humans, freezing even a few cells would cause irreversible destruction, but for the wood frog, it's just another winter. And here's the most astonishing part. These frogs don't just survive one freeze, they can do it again and again, year after year, for their entire lives. In a way, the wood frog is a time traveler. When winter arrives, it hits pause. When spring comes, it presses play. It doesn't eat, drink, or move in between. Time simply skips ahead. Every year it cheats death and wakes up to a new world. To imagine what this means, picture a human going to sleep, in December, frozen completely solid, and waking up in April perfectly fine. That's what the frog does, without machines, without science, just nature. This incredible adaptation isn't just a curiosity, it could change medicine. Scientists believe studying the wood frog could help unlock new ways to preserve human organs for transplants, or even make cryogenic sleep a reality for space travel. Understanding how this frog controls freezing could one day allow doctors to slow human metabolism safely, preventing tissue damage during surgery or trauma. It's one of those cases where evolution's solution might one day save human lives. But beyond science, there's something deeply symbolic about this frog. It doesn't escape winter, it embraces it. It doesn't fight the cold, it becomes part of it. While everything else flees or hides, the wood frog faces death head-on and returns stronger. It's a reminder that sometimes survival isn't about resistance but adaptation. In a world obsessed with control, this tiny creature thrives by surrendering, trusting the rhythm of nature to bring it back. When the ice melts and the forest sings again, you can hear the wood frog's call, a sharp echoing quack that fills the air like laughter after silence. It may be small, it may be fragile, but it carries within it one of nature's greatest secrets, that death isn't always the end. Sometimes, it's just a very long pause.